Manchester City have lost Ilkay Gundogan, and I just wanted to make this video just to say thank you to you, Ilkay. You're probably not going to see this, but if you do somehow, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart and every Manchester City fan's heart, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for everything. This isn't going to be the flassiest video. This isn't going to be anything other than just me talking to you guys, and hopefully you, Ilkay, as well, as a Manchester City fan. To say what you mean to me and what football means to me and what this club means to me and how much Ilkay has been a big part of that. Football is the most incredible of sports, you know? It's just football. We're told that all the time. I tell myself that all the time, actually. It's my way of coping with the inevitable pain that comes with a loss. It's just football, you know? It's just football. But it isn't just football, really, is it? It really isn't just football. When you think about the impact that this game can have on us, that I can be genuinely upset that this 32-year-old bloke, we don't know each other, can leave my football team and I can be upset about it. And it can suddenly make me flash back to so many different parts of my life. Well, yeah, it is more than just football. That shared experience, those cathartic moments, almost religious experiences, celebrating with tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people at a parade, when you're singing in unison, you're watching this glorious spectacle out on the pitch. It's just football, but it's just brilliant at the same time, and it makes you feel things. It makes you feel the core things that we want to feel as human beings. Real emotion. Love, happiness, anger, frustration, sadness. It makes you feel things. And if that's what football does, well, I want more of it. Genuinely, what is the point of living if you don't get to feel these things? And that is the brilliance of football. And that's what makes it more than just a game. Because all these people around the world, millions of us watch this sport. And so many City fans come together to watch this wonderful team. And for those 90 minutes, we're all best mates. And it's absolutely... There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And this is where Gundogan comes into it. You, my friend, you've given us so many incredible moments. And to me, I just want to say thank you for entertaining us for 7 years. But not just through your skills on the pitch, but with your elegance and grace as well. A big part of football is what it means to people, you know, what it means to people away from the pitch, you know, because it is a part of our identity. Like it or not, football permeates through every single aspect of our lives. It's how we define ourselves for so many people. And when you have a captain and a player as elegant and as graceful as Ilkay Gündoğan, I genuinely think that means something. I really do believe that what these superstars do on the pitch, it's incredible, but what they do off the pitch is just as important at times. And the fact that Manchester City have had a captain right now that's just won a treble and is wonderful and as compassionate and as brilliant as Ilkay Gündoğan is, it's absolutely perfect. City have come a long way. A long way, and a lot is talked about how Manchester City have changed over the years, but I know deep down that humility, that grace, that sense of heart is there within that club, and it is there. I felt it working with this club and being around the fans of this club and supporting them myself. But then you see it on the pitch. You see the elegance, that humility, that compassion from people like Ilkay Gündoğan. And I'm proud as a Manchester City fan to watch Gündoğan lift the Champions League trophy for us, because I know this is a man whose value is more than just kicking a ball around the pitch. There's an integrity to him as well. You see it in his charitable work. You see it in the way that he approaches his teammates. You see it in the way that he approaches fans. You see the way that he approaches every single aspect of his life. And of course, once again, we don't know each other. But I feel like watching Gundogan for 7 years, you look at him and go, I am proud that he's a Manchester City player, that he achieved what he did with us, because good things should happen to good people. And Gundogan was more than just a good player for Manchester City. He was a good person too. And once again, football has this incredible spell over us. It hypnotizes us. And what you want to see at the end of the day is beautiful football. As much as we talk about off the pitch, on the pitch is pretty important too. You get moments like the Manchester derby in FA Cup final when a man just scores a brace. And that, to me, that release of emotion, I can't tell you what it meant to me, Ilkay. Honestly, it meant the world. 30-odd years watching Manchester City. The pain I suffered at the other half of Manchester. A lot of pain. So thank you for giving us that. Thank you for the title running goals. Thank you to leading us to a treble. Thank you for playing defensive midfield for 14 games in a row as we won when Fernandinho was out in the 1998 season. 1998, in the 2018-19 season, your free kick against Brighton, or your false 9 year where you scored a whole run, a bunch of goals as we won the league and came back. Thank you for all those moments. We do remember them. We will appreciate them. If it was up to me, I'd build a statue tomorrow. But ultimately, I just want to say thank you for being you and doing it in your own way, for doing it in a dramatically undramatic way, an elegant way, because I do believe football is such a big important part of society that we need more people like Ilkay Gundoğan. A great man, a genuinely great man. So it does sting a little when you see Gundoğan hang up that Manchester City shirt for the final time, because you do want to see him here for a while. So I respect it. I appreciate that you want to move on and go to Barcelona, but there is a tinge of sadness to it for me as a City fan. I hate realising that everything has to move on at some point. You know, the ticking hands of time do not wait around for anyone. And Gundoğan, it's been 7 years. 7 years at Manchester City Football Club. Nothing lasts forever. It truly doesn't. And I became a father as well this year, like you did actually, Ilkay. And it does sort of remind you that you only get one chance, don't you, at this life? That some things are more important than this sport. They really are, as much as I've just talked about it. But at the same time, I know you're a man who will put your family first and what you want, and a man who will respect your own decisions. And I know you're a man who will give everything to your teammates. And I know you're a man who will remember this Manchester City fan base and this team forever. And I hope that my son grows up and watches footballers like you. I really do. And maybe one day when he's old enough to go to games with me, you'll be looking back on a career as a manager. And you'll be back at Manchester City Football Club too. But I guess you get introspective when someone who's been there for such a long time, your team leaves, because you think about life and you think about all the things you've done, all the times I've celebrated with City fans, or I've sang your name, or watched you score beautiful goals. Football marks so many periods of your life. So I guess what I will say is that, you know, the one thing that's always permanent in a lot of people's lives is your football team. And Gundoğan, you've been a big part of that. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the goals. Thank you for the elegance. Thank you for the humility. Thank you for being unequivocally you. Thank you for being a great person. And thank you from the bottom of our heart for being a Manchester City legend. We're going to miss you so, so much. Thank you for everything. We love you loads.